Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the newly released Mezco 1/12 Collective Classic Suit Spider-Man. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Alright, taking a closer look at the front of this package. This artwork is beautiful. We got some spot varnish going on. We have the Amazing Spider-Man and the logo on the side. Same thing on the other side. Some nice comic art in the background. The back looks like the front. The top, we have that Amazing Spider-Man logo and a little bit of art on the bottom, but that's about it. So let's get this box opened up and see how it comes packaged. All right, here is the first tray. Everything comes in 3 trays. You have your figure and the heads. A couple of accessories here in this opening tray here, this first tray. The second tray, we get all of our webs, all of our hands, the mask, the little spider bots. And then in the third tray, we get the base, the arm, the little thing here for switching the head on and on, the batteries, and the shield. Also, we get some instruction, little sheet here on how to put the batteries in, how to attach the different, various web attachments that he comes with. That's really cool that they included that. And then a nice little warning from 1/12 from Mezco that this is not a toy. So let's get all this opened up and take a closer look at each individual accessory. Here in the very first tray, we do have the display stand, which is really nice. I love that it's raised and textured, so you can actually feel the logo there, which is really nice. We have this extra arm attachment here for the display stand, which is really nice. I really dig their display stands. Mezco makes some of the best. I do wish the clip was spring-loaded though. This little extra arm attachment here is for attaching the spider sense effect, which we'll take a closer look at here in a minute. This is the little tool you use to turn the head on and off. Here are the batteries that go in the light up head. I'm glad they included those for us. We do have the nice shield, which is really cool. You know, Spider-Man used to make all kinds of crazy things to battle with and accessories to use in the old comics, and I'm glad they threw that in there. I love the Spidey logo that, used to pop up in walls. It wasn't like the bat symbol, but it was just kind of like his symbol to show that he was there. This is a very soft, rubbery plastic. You could probably use this as a coaster if you wanted to, if you don't mind getting coffee on it, and I may do that. In the next tray here, we have all of the webs and the hands, but let's take a look at these webs and see what we get. We get one long web with a curved handle on the end for him to hold. This web looks really nice. It's very nice and detailed, and it's soft and pliable, but it's not bendable in any way. If you want a bendable spider web, you do get this one here that it does have a wire in it, and it does have the same kind of like web ball attachments on the end, so you could wrap somebody up with this or have it wrapped around his body mid-flight or in pose. That looks really cool. He does come with another web that hooks onto the wrist, and this has a wrap attachment on the end where you could wrap up somebody, wrap them around their waist if you wanted to. Here is the Spider-Man mask folded up, and so he can hold that in his hand, which looks really cool. We're going to take a closer look at that here in a minute. We have a short web that goes around his wrist peg. It looks like he's whipping out something at somebody real quickly. We do have the webs for the parachute attachment, which we will also take a look at here in a minute. And then we have 6 of these little spider bots, and they look really cool. You can see there's a little spider logo on there, and you do get 6 of them, which is really cool. But honestly, I don't think I'll ever take these little guys out of the package, because sure as I do, one's being lost in the carpet instantaneously. And then, oh man, look at all these hands we get here. This is incredible. We get 2 gripping hands. We get 2 relaxed open hands, 2 web crawling hands, 2 hands specifically made for holding the camera and pushing the shutter button, 2 web holding hands, more wall crawling hands or 2 whipping hands, and then a finger pointing and a thumbs up, which is really, really cool. I dig that. But man, these are going to be the star of the show here, I think, once we get them all posed up on the figure. Next up, we have this big accessory here, which is for the Spidey parachute, and you just kind of loop the little hooks in on the edges. And it goes in really easy. There's not a lot of assembly required. And I have seen people use this as like a hammock. You can hang it upside down and have Spider-Man just kind of laying in it, which is really cool. Or you can use it as a parachute, as it was intended. Next up, we have Spider-Man's backpack. This has been a staple in not just all the comics, but in the movies and in the video games. I'm really glad he came with that. And then we have this face attachment here, where it looks like he's webbed up somebody's face, and you can put any kind of like 6-inch figure here. And I just happen to have a few that we're going to use for size comparisons. And don't make fun. Yes, I do have the Cobra Kai Power Ranger out here. He was close by, so I grabbed him, and I like the way that looks. You could really put that on anybody. Probably Green Goblin that's coming out. Here is the Spidey Sense attachment that goes on the back of the stand, and we're going to take a closer look at that soon. And then here we have like the little remote control for his Spidey bots, and I don't know if this is bent or just kind of bent off to the side here. I'm not sure, but yeah, that looks really, really cool. Probably never use that thing. It'll probably go in the package. Here's a nice little newspaper that we get that's folded. It doesn't open up. It's got some tiny little writing on there. I'll zoom in, see if you can see that. And there's the other side, which is probably the front. Man, that just looks really cool. Nice little throw in there. I appreciate that. He does come with a pair of glasses for Peter Parker, and we're going to take a closer look at that in a minute. And then here's the camera itself, which is really nicely sculpted and painted. Looks like an old classic camera. And you do get two sets of straps here. You get one that is this one here is just for like displaying or him holding in his hands, and then this one is wider to actually go around his neck, and the tabs are kind of angular, so they go into the sides. And I think that's really cool that they give us two different straps. They certainly didn't need to by any stretch of the imagination, but they did, and that's really neat. Let's see if we can do this on camera, behind the camera, and see how well I can do this. There you go. They just slide right in. Now, I think these may get in the way a little bit, whether they're straight in or angled. These may get in the way when using the camera holding hands. I really don't see how like the hands are going to fit around those particular hooks. Maybe you're not supposed to use it with a lanyard when you're using those hands. We'll find out here soon. All right, taking a closer look at the heads here. Out of the package, Spider-Man does come with this head on with the squinty eyes, and every head comes with their own ball peg, which is really nice. And then he does come with this extra head with the eyes wide open, which I really like. That's pretty neat. He does come with an additional head with the eyes wide open. Now, this is the electronic head where the eyes light up. And I got to tell you, getting the ball peg out here on the bottom was not the easiest thing to do. First try, you just kind of keep wiggling it, but this is how it looks. It has a little button right there for the eyes to light up, and we'll go ahead and turn those on real quick just so you can see what that looks like. I am going to use this little tool, even though I do have fingernails. I just don't want to break anything. Let's see if we can get this switched on, and there you have it. And you can see how bright those little LEDs are, which is really cool. Now let's get this pushed in there. It's a really tight fit. It almost seems like you want to put the back of it in first, but I kind of find it easier if you just get the front in there. And there you have it. Let me turn off my lights here, and you can see how this lights up and how it kind of really illuminates the entire head. I can't honestly say that I'm going to use this very much, but it is a really, really cool inclusion. But I wonder if it drove the price up. Here is the half Spider-Man Peter Parker head. The glasses are not removable on this. I love this head so much. It's like his spider sense is tingling, and he feels like he needs to transform into Spider-Man and go save the day. I love this Peter Parker head. I love the classic hair. It looks like that old Steve Ditko art. Now let's see if we can get these glasses on. They just kind of sit there over his ears. They don't really click into place. And I got to tell you, they don't really feel like they're staying on all that well. Yeah, they're kind of sliding around a little bit. I kind of wish these were a little tighter on his head. I'm just having a really hard time. They do have enough clearance on the ears to kind of sit there, but man, mine are just kind of sitting funny. And I mean, I like the head and I like the concept, but yeah, I don't know if I would ever use these glasses with this head, honestly. Now, here's the star of the show. Let's take a look at Spider-Man, the body, the clothes, and, let's see what all the fuss is about. You can see that there are some noticeable stitch lines right here along the legs, on the inside of the legs and crotch, going down each inseam. You do have one seam going up the back of the butt, and then you do have the pretty unsightly seam that goes around the edges. But that's kind of how you have to do it so that no seams are kind of visible from the front. I think they did the best of what they could with what they had. As far as articulation goes, with the neck and the head, you can look up really far, which is great. You can look down a pretty good amount of decent range of motion. He gets this nice bobble all the way around, and it looks really, really good. The arms, as you would imagine, it's Mezco. They're going to articulate very well. They can go all the way up, hit that Y pose almost, greater than a T, but you can see how the material bunches up. You can get the arms to go all the way up about that far, and then all the way back around about this far before you're really in danger of just kind of messing with that pleather on the shoulder. You do have this upper bicep swivel, which is really nice. Double jointed elbows can get about that far, but again, you can see how the material bunches up right there. There is no wrist swivel there, or gauntlet swivel, whatever, glove swivel. You do have a hinge and swivel at the wrist. Now, you do have this upper torso articulation. You get a nice bend. It clicks into place. You can feel an audible, like you can feel and hear a little click in there. It only bends forward about that far. It bends back quite a bit, which is really nice. And you do have a little bit of a rotation there at the waist. Not a lot. I have seen a lot of people unstitching their figures and putting in different bodies to get more range of motion in the torso. It's not something I'm going to do, but you right there, which is really nice. And then I'm trying to see here if we have like a dedicated upper thigh swivel, or if it's just rotating. No, it's only rotating right there at the hip, where the hip joint is. There's no dedicated thigh cut. Right there, you can see some little picks in the suit. You just pull those right out and they come out. He does have double jointed knees. This is where the material pokes in, but he does have a boot swivel, which is really nice. And then not a lot of motion in the foot for a Spider-Man figure, and no toe articulation. It does have a nice rocker side to side, but you would think Spider-Man, they'd make him come with a much nicer foot joint. At least I would imagine. Here we have the head with the bigger eyes, which looks really, really nice. Let's go ahead and pop on the Peter Parker head. Looks really, really cool. I'm digging that so much. Let's try these glasses one more time, see if we have better luck this time than we did before. Not really. Yeah, not really having much luck with these glasses. I think they're good in theory, but in application, that's not bad. It's better than what we got earlier. But yeah, I'll probably put these in the box and never use them again. Let's pop this head on, which I just absolutely love. I think it goes so well with this classic style of Spidey. Man, that just looks really, really good. I can't wait to see what that looks like with the Spider Sense effect. And then, you know what? Let's go ahead and pop the head with the light up eyes. Guess we do need to turn them on first. Let's go on and turn them on, and then I'll switch these lights off one more time and see what he looks like. You can see how it doesn't just glow the eyes, it just kind of illuminates the entire head, which is I don't know how I feel about that. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you like the light up eyes, if you think the light up head is a good idea or not, or could they left this out altogether and knock $20 off the price. I don't know. I do want to show one thing here that I saw in D Amazing's review, and I thought this was great. If you have the Mezco 112 Collective Homecoming Spider-Man tech suit, it does come with this set of wings. I do not have that figure. I had to immediately go and find these on, I think I got them off of Macari, and I got them in, and they fit nicely. I'm just trying to do this without really tearing up the stitching or anything, but I just love the way that looks. I really do think instead of the light up head, this set of wings should have come with this character, because he did have wings back on the classic suit, and I think that would have been a really nice touch. They could have just reused these and thrown them into the package. To me, I would have rather had this than the light up head, but that's just me. And thank you, D Amazing, for costing me another $35 on top of this price. Now let's bring in a couple of other Spider-Man figures here. We have the Diamond Select 7-inch Spider-Man and the Marvel Legends Japanese Spider-Man. So you can see how he stacks up against other Spider-Man in those two different scales. Let's bring him in next to a Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified series figure, and then here, yeah, I'm sorry, you know, I only have a few Power Rangers, but I do like Cobra Kai. It's a guilty pleasure, so I do have those. So I figured I'd bring in like a Power Ranger figure just for size comparison. Here he is next to a Super 7 Thundercats figure, which is in that 7-inch scale, so you can see how he scales well with them. Then here he is next to a Star Wars Black Series figure. Again, Luke's a little short for a Black Series, but, you know, he's also a little short for a Stormtrooper. Here he is next to a Mythic Legions, our good buddy Bill Bones Broken Shield, making an appearance again. And then here he is next to the Mafex Batman with the Muff Toys head. And then let's bring in a McFarlane Toys Hush Batman, so you can see how he scales with those figures. So let's get these guys out of the way and get Spider-Man into some poses and play with his accessories and see how this guy poses up. Man, I gotta tell you, this has been a really fun release to play around with. You know, I've had people ask me, you know, what do I think? Do I think it's worth the $120 price point? And I gotta say, oh man, I'm gonna say no. I think this guy would be great at $99.99. I kind of wish they would have not included the head, maybe give us the wings so I didn't have to spend an additional amount of money buying those things. That would have been really cool. I do love all the accessories he comes with. He comes with quite a few. The hands just make this figure because they inspire you to do so many nice and cool poses with this guy. I was a little afraid of this figure feeling like a Mego, you know, one of those 1970s, 60s action figures. But after getting it in hand and after playing around with it, it doesn't feel like Amigo to me. It feels really nice. I think that the outfit is really incredible. I think it's very well tailored. I think it fits the body that they put it on very nicely. And I think that if you just futz around with the arms and the sleeves a little bit, you can actually diminish the amount of bunching and folding up that happens with the suit around the arms and around the shoulders. Now, how is this pleather going to hold up over time? I have no idea. I don't know. Only time will tell. But I do love this release. I think it's great. I don't think I'm going to get the Green Goblin to go along with it, even though it is that classic Spider-Man villain. I just don't think. I have like a little Spider-Man shelf that I just collect Spider-Man. He's like my third favorite superhero of all time. I know you guys are sick of hearing me say that. But anyway, I think this is a great release. I'm glad I have it, and I'm glad I got it at this price point rather than paying $200 or $300 for it down the road. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and I will see you in the toy aisles.